Here are some things that women say that are different from what men hear when women say it. So imagine something being said that inherently has a double meaning to it. Well, this is that idea. It's not exactly that, but it's along those lines, is that idea. So, when women say, I'm fine, men hear, she's fine. The woman isn't fine, but that's what she told the guy. But, well, she said she's fine, so she's fine. Next. Another thing is, when a woman says whatever it is that she's saying, like if it's a no to the guy, like let's say he asks you if you want to hang out and she said no, and it's like he, and then other women are saying she's kidding. Men here, she's not interested, and so we forget about her and move on to the next woman, and that leaves the woman who was like he no, standing there like, what? Because she's kidding. Well, the man is like, she isn't kidding. She said no, so move on. All the other ladies are telling her she wasn't, that she was kidding. She was playing around. To men, you said no, so that means no, so move on. And plus, men don't play around like that. We have ways of kidding, but if you're gonna be like that, we're thinking it's unnecessary, unnecessary games, and we don't have time or patience for that. So, because what we heard was no, and so therefore, since she said no, that means she's not interested, so we move on. Another thing is when a woman starts telling you her problems, and then this happened, and whatever happened. So in other words, the woman wants the man to listen. Oh, I just want him to listen. And she's telling the man what's happening, and she just wants him to listen. What men hear is she does not want to fix the problem. She just wants to complain about it being broken. That's what men hear when you say you just want us to sit there and listen to you tell us about it. She just wants to complain about it being broken instead of actually fixing it. Well, and then when we try to go fix it, oh, he's not listening. The fact we're going to fix it in itself means that we listen. That's why we're going to fix it. If we weren't listening, we wouldn't be trying to fix it right now. We would be continuing to play video games or watching football or something. The fact we're trying to fix it in itself means that we listened. But you just want us to listen to you. If you're just going to sit there and complain about it and not go fix it, and 6 months later you're just sitting there complaining about wanting us to listen to you talk about, and it's still broken. It would have taken 5 minutes to fix, but here we are 6 months later. Again, men don't want anything to do with that. Okay, well, you go fix it then, since you don't want me to. It's going to be 6 years later. Oh, I just want them to. It would have been fixed 6 years. Why is there still something for us to listen to you complain about? Is what we're thinking. So that's what we hear when when women say we just want them to listen. So that's three things right there, what women say versus what men hear. And there are plenty other things too, but these are just three examples. So ladies, if you really want the guy to hear what you're saying rather than hear what you said, say what you mean. Don't say what you say, and we're supposed to do osmosis and think off the top of our head what you mean by that. Say what you mean, and then we'll get it. But then at the same time, when it comes to things like, again, the last example, I just want them to listen. Okay, fine, we hear you, but if you're just going to go the next 2 years, I just want... When it was supposed to have been fixed 2 years ago, and it would have taken 5 minutes to fix. Just turn this and put that in, and there you go. And we're like, why is there still something to listen to 2 years later? That's what men are thinking. Why is it still like that for us to continue listening to you talk about it 2 years later when it should have been over with 5 minutes later? That's what men are thinking. So if you want us to hear what you mean rather than what you said, say what you mean. Sometimes the disconnect isn't because men aren't listening or whatever women's response would be. Sometimes it's, well, maybe if you would say what you mean instead of saying whatever you say and you want us to guess what you mean, half of that wouldn't happen. The other half we can't help, or we'll just have to figure out how to navigate through it. But for this, like, instead of the dee-da-da-da-da, all of that just to say I'm hungry, just go ahead and say I'm hungry. If what you want us to hear is that you're hungry, and then we'll just go cook you dinner and there you go. If you want us to know that you're hungry. So that's the difference of what women say versus what men hear when women say it. And I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching.